to Let's Go Live. This is episode 14. I'm Maddie.
Hello, I'm Greg, and all together now, we are live! Yes, we are, as always, here in our spare room, live at 11 o'clock, with a show that is packed full of games and quizzes and lots of special guests this week.
Yeah, we've had some
really exciting
guests.
one today. And of course, we have got lots and lots of pictures of what you've been getting up to yesterday and throughout the whole week coming up in the show.
Actually, let's see who's with us in the live chat right now.
Okie dokes.
Thank you so much for joining us. Whether you are watching us live or you're watching us back later, massive hello.
We've got Alana and Mark. They've watched every episode.
Hello from Daisy.
Oh.
Hi.
Hello to Ben, age 7 in Surrey.
Ziggy, Alice and Jenny. Hi. Thank you for joining us.
Ollie and Camberley. Hello. Good morning.
Ollie. Ben and Hannah. Oh, can't talk today.
Stanley from Norwich. That was me yesterday.
Yeah, I know.
I put my teeth back in. It was all good.
And John Paul as well.
There we go. Yeah, and Sophia and James in Edinburgh. Lots and lots of people. Hello as well. We've got people watching in Australia. We've got people watching all around the world. So this is very, very exciting.
Yeah.
So what are we going to do?
Well, first of all, let's just tell you that if you haven't already, make sure you are subscribed.
Click the button.
So subscribe to the channel and click the bell, and then you'll be notified every single time we get a new video. But also, yesterday we mentioned that we'd launched a crowdfunding page, our Patreon, and we just wanted to say thank you so much for all of your support.
Completely bowled over.
We were a little bit in shock, but thank you.
For the most of yesterday and today as well, to be honest. So at the end of today's show, we will be announcing what next week's theme is. It's a good un.
Yep.
It's a good un. But first, let's wrap up Mission Space.
Okay, all right then. So Mars is what we've been talking about. That is our destination for today.
Here it is. That is where we are heading.
We're going to be landing there just a little bit later on. But here is what you got up to yesterday.
Let's have a look.
Brilliant. Okay, so Lara has been really busy this week, making her own pocket solar system. She's made a paper mache Earth, but also she's been decorating her magic ears, her hearing aids, which help her to hear, with a little star charm.
Love that.
Lovely.
Frankie and Ada, they didn't have any straws. They were very clever. They hollowed out some pens to use for their rocket launches.
They're genius.
Genius.
Eva and Eden, they look like they had loads of fun making their rockets.
We've got Niahan and Hukum, who made jetpacks for Charlie the monkey and Ronnie the guard dog.
Great job, guys. This is Adriana Joe and her brilliant space monkey.
And then we've got Astro Chef Sophie, who got inspired by your homemade astronaut food yesterday, Mads. Look, she's made one for her mum, and her dad.
Oh, I've got one each. Lovely.
Wicked.
Emma, Jack and Tom, love this. Got their tortoise Taco involved this week and even dressed him up as a rocket. Look at that. We were speaking about astro tortoises yesterday. I think it will take Taco a while to get to the moon, though, I reckon.
And this last of all is James. Looks very, very happy to be in his astronaut dance costume.
Amazing.
You know what he's going to be good at, Maddie?
The moonwalk.
The moonwalk.
Hey.
The moonwalk.
Brilliant. Okay.
Let's complete Mission Space then. This is what the plan is. We need to get down to the Martian surface. We need to explore, and then we need to build our base.
Yeah, we are going to be chatting with someone who was involved in the real mission to Mars.
We're also going to head outside, and we're going to try not to break some chocolate eggs. That's the plan, anyway.
But first, we need to come up with our Mars mission plan. So let's learn a little bit more about our destination and how we're going to get to Mars. Greg, I feel a quiz coming on.
Oh, yeah, here we go.
Get your dancing shoes ready.
Firstly, that's too quiet. And secondly, let's dance. Space dance, last one of the week. Enough of that
I always get so
silliness.
into it.
All right, back to the mission plan. Here it is.
So to make our mission plan, we need to know where Mars is, when we should travel, and also what we should expect when we get there.
So, here's what we're going to do, right? We are going to give you a whole load of different facts about Mars, and we want you to decide. It's like a multiple choice question. Yeah. There's always an A or a B. You need to yell out whether it is A or B. Easy as that.
Yeah. Got it. Okay. So
should we find out where Mars is?
Yeah.
Stage one.
About that.
Where is Mars?
Is Mars A, our closest neighbour, or B, the furthest planet away from us?
I reckon you're going to know this one. Is it our closest neighbour or furthest away from us? I think the answer is our closest neighbour.
Yes.
Good.
Correct. Well
Got
done.
that
If
one
you
right.
joined us on Monday, then you should know that already, because we were looking at the solar system. Mars is the 4th planet from the Sun, and it is our closest neighbour. But Mars and Earth, they orbit the Sun at different speeds. They go round the Sun at different speeds and distances. So sometimes they're really far apart, and sometimes they're much closer together.
Oh, so this is going to determine when we can go. So let's have a think about when we can go.
Definitely. So can we go to Mars every 2 years,
2 years.
or every 8 years?
Every 8 years.
A, 2 years. B, 8 years.
So this is how often Earth and Mars are kind of close enough for us to go between them. Okay, what do you think? Is it A, 2 years, or B, 8 years? Maddie, I'm going to be optimistic and say 2 years.
Okay, you are correct.
Yes.
Well done, well done. Yeah. So every 2 years, the planets are in the perfect position so that we can get to Mars with the least amount of rocket fuel. And that is really important because at these times, the total trip will only be 300 million miles only. Just that small way, 300 million miles. But if we can get there at that time, the trip will only take us 7 to 8 months.
Wowzers.
So there we go, 7 to 8 months. Right, so we know where Mars is and where we should travel to, but what's it going to be like when we get there? What can we expect?
You know how this has been going really smoothly for 14 shows?
Yeah.
And it's been going really well?
Yeah.
Well, this is the first time. Oh!
I think we're still here.
Yeah, we're still live.
Hi, everyone.
I'm just trying to find out how we can see ourselves on the screen. Because we appear to have disappeared from the screen, Maddie.
Where have we gone? Can you still let us know in the live chat if you can see us?
I can still see us. We're on our screen, but we're on a different app.
Okay.
Keep going. Keep going. I'll solve it.
Okay, fine, no worries. Okay, so we know where Mars is and when we can travel every 2 years, but what should we expect when we get there? Well, Mars does have a lot of similarities to Earth. For example, Mars, it has seasons, it has clouds, just like we do on this planet.
Fixed it.
Fixed it. In fact, in the summer, on the warmest part of Mars, temperatures can get to about 20 degrees Celsius, which is very similar to a nice warm day here in the UK. However, it can get very, very cold on Mars.
But how cold? That's our next question. How cold can it get? Is it A?
Minus 128 degrees Celsius.
Or is it B?
Minus 60 Celsius.
Okay, so both of them are really cold. What was A? Minus
128.
B was minus
60.
What do you think it is? Which one is it? I'm going to go for minus 60. Surely it can't get to minus 128.
No. It's minus 128, which is freezing.
Oh, that is super cold.
I don't think I felt temperatures colder than minus teen something, maybe like minus 15.
Wind chill as well.
Yeah, freezing.
So, Mars, right? We say it's the red planet. Actually, right? It's dusty, and it's the red dust that oxidise that rusty iron that kicks up in storms that we see as red. But actually, if you're on the planet's surface, it's more kind of brown or butterscotch.
Okay, but we see it as red from a distance.
Just wanted to drop in a little fact there for you.
Well, Mars is actually known for its dust storms. In fact, we've got a picture here. This is of a dust devil on Mars. A dust devil is like a little dusty tornado. But just how big can dust storms get?
Okay.
Now, do you think they can get A, big enough to cover the whole of Russia?
That's big.
Or B, big enough to cover the whole planet?
The whole of Mars?
Yeah.
No, come on, Russia. I'm going for as big as Russia. Am I right or am I wrong?
Okay, yeah. You are wrong!
Come on!
No, yeah. So once every 3 Mars years, which is the same as about every 5.5 years here on our planet, storms can get so big that they will encircle the entire planet, and we call these global dust storms.
Wow, that is super cool. Should say a day on Mars, quite similar to a day on Earth. So a day is how long a planet takes to spin all the way around. I think it's 23 hours and 50 minutes or something like that. I've got it written down somewhere. 24 hours and 39 minutes. But yes, a
similar.
year is longer because it's further out from the sun.
Yeah, definitely. So we've spoken about dust.
Yes.
But there are signs that water is on Mars. In fact, we know that there
Ooh.
is water, but it's trapped as ice in the ground and also in the polar ice caps, just like, again, we have here on planet Earth. But we actually had photos sent back from some of the orbiters that showed us that there were signs of flowing water. You can see here the patterns in the rock show us that once upon a time water would have flown there. So what's interesting is that on Earth, wherever we have found water, we have found life. So,
is there life?
Yeah.
Oh, good question.
Bear
Good
that
question.
in mind.
Last question.
If wherever we find water on Earth there is life, A, have we found Mars? Have we found life on Mars yet? Yes.
A, yes.
B, no.
B, no. A, yes.
Yeah.
B, no. Yell it out.
Have we
Have
found
we found life on Mars?
Mars?
I am going to go for no. I don't think we actually have. Possibly on a meteorite that's come from Mars, but not actually on Mars itself.
Okay, well, if you said no, you would be correct.
Yes.
Well done, well done. So we haven't found signs of life yet, but given all of the conditions on Mars that we've mentioned, it is possible that maybe microscopic things, we've got some pictures of microbes here, it's possible that they could survive there. So you never know. You never know.
Watch
and that's our mission plan.
Brilliant. Okay, so now we know where we're going, we know when we're going, and we know what to expect.
Yes.
Love it. Now, before humans go to Mars, we need to send something out there first to get the lay of the land, to have a look, to scout it out, and to maybe go, yeah, I think humans could live here. This is kind of what the planet's like, but also it needs to find a place for us to make a base. So what we do is we send a rover. So essentially a robot that goes into space and can go and explore a distant moon or planet. Now, NASA have sent 4 rovers to the moon. Do you remember their names,
Yeah,
Maddie?
I do. Their names are, sort of cheating here,
Yeah.
Sojourner,
Yeah.
Opportunity,
Yeah.
Spirit,
And
the one that I'm sure lots of you at home will know, shout it out, Curiosity.
so this is our model of Curiosity. A few of you have spotted this behind us on our desk. So there is our model of Curiosity. Now, and we're going to properly introduce you to her in a little bit.
Yeah, we
So
will.
Curiosity was launched from Cape Canaveral in Florida at the end of 2011. It took 8 months for her to get to Mars, and getting there was a huge challenge. Getting safely down to the Martian surface, epically huge challenge, and we are really excited to be able to introduce you lot to someone who was actually involved in that mission of getting Curiosity to Mars. So I had a little chat with him and we get to play it to you.
Here he is.
Hey Maddie, hey Greg, it's Bobak. I'm here in California where I work at NASA's Jet Propulsion Laboratory. We build robotic spacecraft to explore the universe, and one of the missions I'm real proud to have worked on is the Mars Curiosity mission, which landed in 2012. I was a flight director on that mission, getting it from Earth to Mars, a journey of over 300 million miles, and I was able to be in mission control during the landing as we took the spacecraft from 13,000 miles an hour down to a very soft, gentle landing on the surface of Mars. We had a couple of tricks to do that. Some of them are familiar and some of them are pretty clever. The first trick we used was out of the old playbook from Apollo and other missions, which is to use a capsule design. Now that capsule, as it enters the top of the atmosphere, actually has kind of move a bunch of the atmosphere out of the way. There's friction with the atmosphere, and that sort of slows it down quite a bit. It actually gets it down from about 13,000 miles an hour down to about 1,000 miles an hour, which is pretty good. And from there, you could open up a parachute. So we did that on Curiosity. We opened the largest supersonic parachute ever built. But the trick on Mars is the air is less dense than on Earth. And so while on Earth, parachutes can get you softly to the surface, parachutes on Mars only get you a little bit slower and not all the way slow. But it's still helpful. Now, the last thing that we had to use were rockets. Now, you may remember previous missions used airbags, so they would wrap the whole thing in airbags, basically inflate them at the last minute, and then let them bounce on the ground until they settled. But airbags don't scale well, meaning that as you add more and more stuff to the middle, the airbags have to get bigger and bigger exponentially, and so they actually weigh more often than the thing that you're trying to land. So we came up with the Sky Crane system, which is basically a rocket jetpack that would go around the rover like this. And as we landed, we came off the parachute, fired up the rockets on the sides, and we would slowly lower our way down to the surface. And then just above the surface, we would slowly lower out the rover. and kind of hover like this, like a helicopter carrying a heavy payload, until we could both settle on the ground. Then the sky crane here would separate, fly away and crash, and leaving the rover healthy, happy, on its wheels, ready to drive around Mars and explore the surface. So that's the challenge for you guys, is can you design a parachute to get a payload like Curiosity down to the ground? So good luck.
Oh, what a cool guest. Thank
Super
you
cool,
so
super
much
cool.
to Bobak for doing that for us. Yeah, actually working on getting Curiosity from Earth to Mars is a very cool job indeed.
Yeah, what a load of amazing guests we've had this week.
I know.
So he has set us the challenge of designing a parachute to get a payload down safely to the ground. So yesterday afternoon, we went out into the very sunny garden and we had a go. Welcome to the Chocolate Egg Drop Challenge.
Martian Edition.
We don't have a Mars rover, but we do have a chocolate egg.
We've designed 3 types of parachute in attempts to safely land our precious cargo on the rocky surface of Mars.
Also known as our patio.
Up here, I am Launch Commander, and it's my job to drop the payload out of the window. If you do try this at home, it's really important that you don't play by a window without a grown-up. I'm nice and safe, and I'm using a small window. Over to you, Greg.
Down here, I am mission control. I'll count down to launch and then I will time how long it takes for the payload to hit the ground. First things first, let's do it without a parachute, just the egg in its little case.
Okay, egg in its case, no parachute.
3, 2, 1, drop. It hit the water butt.
Maybe that's our target.
Maybe that's our target.
I'm ready for landing.
3, 2, 1, drop. Oh, that was good.
Yeah?
150.
150. So we can definitely slow things down.
Surprisingly, the egg is in one piece, a little bit dented, but what we want to do is we want to slow down the drop, slow the descent, the fall speed, so that our lander hits the ground as slowly and softly as possible. Right, so let's try parachute number 1.
I've got a new egg, and this is our parachute design number 1. It's a paper aeroplane. We're going to call it the Glider. Mission control, I'm ready when you are.
3, 2, 1, drop. Oh, well that wasn't very good. I thought it would glide. It just fell out of the pot.
So that definitely didn't work. We're on to design number 2.
This one, definitely a lot flatter than it should be. That's not in a good state. Still tastes good.
New egg, and this is our design number 2. We're calling it the PPP, the Paper Plate Parachute.
It's a great name. It's a great name.
Mission control, ready to land?
Yeah, 3, 2, 1, drop. Oh, the egg fell out again. This is a disaster. We haven't thought about the stability of the parachute with the capsule.
I can drop it better.
3, 2, 1, drop. Oh, it did fall out. It did fall out, but it went really well for the first half.
Okay.
Oh, the time was 1:58.
It was better.
Egg is very slightly dented. Okay, design number 3.
New egg and our 3rd parachute design. We call this one Bag.
We couldn't think of a name.
Okay.
Okay, commence launch in 3, 2, 1, drop.
That was good.
Ooh.
That was good.
Ooh, the egg is in one piece. I think this was our best.
Okay, the plastic bag was the best design, so maybe we can improve it.
When you try out a scientific test, the key is to only change one thing at once. So it's always same egg size, same pot, same strings, different parachute. We've now decided on our best design, so now we're going to change one thing about it. We're going to change just the size of the bag and see what effect that has.
This is our newly improved bag parachute design. Right.
This is called Bigger Bag.
Ready when you are, mission control?
3, 2, 1, drop. Oh! That was a little bit of a delayed drop, but it was definitely over 2 seconds, about 2:10, I think.
Amazing.
You could see it just gently glide down. So the egg is in one piece. I don't think it fell out till it hit the ground. This bag caught a lot of air, so it created a lot of drag. All that air got caught in it, all those air molecules, and it slowed it down on the way down. I think we should try Mark 3, even bigger bag.
This is our final drop with the biggest bag yet. Okay, I'm just loading it up.
Go for launch. 3, 2, 1, drop. Oh!
Oh, beauty!
3 seconds.
That was good.
That was amazing. It's in one piece. That was awesome.
Here is the winning parachute.
Yeah.
Yay! And that was the chocolate egg drop challenge Martian Edition.
You're going to eat the payload?
Yeah.
Fair. Try it yourself, change one thing each time, and let us know what your best parachute design is.
Back to the studio.
We had so much fun doing that.
I'm glad lots of you enjoyed that, and all the people being like, does Greg ever stop eating?
No. But don't worry, chocolate eggs were harmed during the making of that video, but they certainly were not wasted. It's why we kept them in the foil so we could still gobble them afterwards.
Now, if you want to try that yourself, we thought we'd actually just show you how we managed to do this. So let me switch to this camera. So yogurt pop, and then we used a hole punch, genius idea, to make holes in the 4 corners, 4 identical length pieces of string attached to it, and that was our basic thing. And of course we made sure that the egg fits perfectly in the pot.
Yeah, but it's worth saying you don't have to stick to that design as well. You could, you don't have to use a yogurt pot. You can get creative.
Yeah.
You could add some padding. You can make it as elaborate and as detailed as you want. Just get into that recycling bin and see what you can find.
I cannot wait to see what you come up with.
Yeah, definitely. But now we are going to meet Curiosity properly. So we can show you our model of Curiosity just here that we made painstakingly. But actually, the real Curiosity on Mars is the size of a car.
The size of a car. That is big.
It doesn't move as quickly as a car, though. Nowhere near as quick. It has a top speed of about 4 centimetres every second.
Okay, yes, that's like... Well, actually, hang on.
Should we see if we can get this
We
one
can
to
see,
move?
yeah.
Okay, go on then.
Go. Probably a bit slower than that, to be fair.
Yeah, I think our Curiosity...
Whoa, not the table!
You'll notice that Curiosity also has big wheels, and that's so that Curiosity can get over the rocky surface of Mars.
She's essentially a mobile science... She's essentially a mobile science laboratory. So she picks things up with the robotic arm. She's got microscopes to take images. It's her job, one of her jobs, to take samples from the Martian surface and look and see whether they're the right ingredients for life.
Sorry, she's just using her mobile laboratory lab right now.
She'll play with this for hours.
Look, it works. Sorry if that's really loud, by the way.
It totally will be.
But also, Curiosity is covered in special cameras, which means that Curiosity can take pictures of what's going on Mars and send them back to Earth so that we can learn from them. And we wanted to show you maybe 2 of the best photos ever taken. Here is the first one.
Okay, this first one absolutely blew me away when I saw it. Here it is. So look down. What we are looking at right now, is the actual surface of Mars. So this was taken by Curiosity. It's lots and lots of photos stitched together. And can you see the mountain that's over... Sorry, Maddie.
That's all right.
It's over there.
Ooh, yeah.
That there is a mountain that's called Mount Sharp. And it's in the middle of a crater called the Gale Crater. And that's the crater that Curiosity is exploring.
All right, then. This next photo is probably our favourite. So Curiosity takes selfies.
What?
You know we love a selfie.
Here it is.
So she's able to extend a long robotic arm and then take photos, essentially, of herself. This is a photo where lots of little ones have been stitched together, just like the last one. But we actually thought it would be quite good fun for us to take our awkward selfie with Curiosity's selfie.
Yeah, it's like a meta selfie.
All right,
so let me bring that up without the frame. There it is.
I'll bring
so
my one
I'll
over
go
here.
this side like this.
Okay.
You go that side like that. Yeah, this is going to work. Hey, look, I'll move it slightly towards me so you've got a bit more space near the logo.
Thanks.
Okay, now you lot get ready for your selfie with us and Curiosity's selfie with model Curiosity.
Okay.
Okay,
right,
ready?
Here we go.
Oh, where do I need to go? Here.
Other way.
3,
Other way.
2, 1.
It's the awkward selfie.
Good.
Oh, there we
Good
go.
awkward selfie.
The Curiosity
I
selfie.
like that one.
Amazing.
And she's actually still out there doing amazing work,
Yeah, she
isn't
is.
she? She's still there. She's still roaming around. I think she was supposed to be there for 2 years. They extended her indefinitely. So right now, Curiosity is on Mars doing awesome science and surveying
So cool.
Blows my mind.
So cool.
So amazing.
Okay, so rovers, they can go and survey a planet for us.
Yeah.
And they can find out if humans could live there
Yeah.
and whereabouts we should go. But then we have to decide if we are going to go, and also what on earth a home on Mars might look like.
Yeah, so first up, let's show you a picture of what an artist thinks that life on Mars could look like. So this is an artist's impression. What do you think? If you're watching this, hands up if you would like to go to Mars. Hands up if you think it'd be a fun thing to do.
Yeah.
Oh, it came back to us. We've got our hands up. Wouldn't that be amazing?
Would you go to Mars?
Oh, it would be.
Would you actually go?
It would be incredible. It would be incredible.
I think it would depend if you were able to come back.
That is a big question.
Yeah, anyway.
So here we go. We've got a weekend project for you.
Mm-hmm.
We would love you to design your own Mars base.
Yes,
right?
we would.
If you went to Mars, what could your base look like? Now, there are 3 things that we need to think about. We want you to be awesome astronomical architects. And here are the 3 things that you need to think about when designing your Mars base. Okay. Number 1, power.
Mm-hmm.
Number 2, buildings.
Yep.
Number 3, food.
Okay, all right. Well, let's start with power then. You're going to need to think about where you're going to get your electricity from to power your lights, your laboratories, all of the tech, something to watch Let's Go Live on. So perhaps your Mars base will use solar panels, but then you've got to think, well, actually, you're a bit further from the sun if you're on Mars. And also there's an awful lot of dust, so you might be cleaning those solar panels all the time.
Wind turbines?
Yes, wind turbines, but there's just a thin atmosphere on Mars. You could consider nuclear energy, which is something that some of you might want to look into.
Yeah, look into that one. That's an interesting one. Okay, so that's the power bit done. What about buildings? What do you want your building to look like? So one thing you could do is you could reuse the spacecraft that got you there, turn that into your home, Optimus Prime, or you could design something that inflates, so it's easy to take there and you just inflate it. I love these impressions. Or maybe you use Mars rock to build something. Okay,
No,
that's that one.
I gave up.
All right.
And then
Third.
finally, you're going to need to think about your food. So we know that you could be able to find a way to melt the polar ice for drinking water. But the thing is, the soil, that dusty soil, isn't very good for growing food.
No.
But you might be able to find a way to give it some nutrients.
Yeah,
you
where
put
could
some
you...
fertilizer on this planet. Yeah, maybe you could think about using human waste. I don't know, plug the toilet system into some sort of greenhouse, maybe.
So there you go. We would love to see your Mars-based designs, thinking of power and buildings and food. That's pretty much the end of the show. But before we go, we're not done yet. We are not done yet.
No. We are going to be revealing next week's theme very soon. But before that, we're just going to take a look at some more of your fantastic photos. You've been getting involved in so many of the activities this week. Here we have Aram and Hafsa. They made their own astro puddings. By the looks on their faces, they didn't like it very much, but we know that they had lots of fun making it.
Here's Hetty. She's been loving the show every day. She made a telescope yesterday, and she was allowed to stay up a little bit later to catch us some shots of the moon.
Ooh, lucky Hetty. Aisha made this collage of the two of us going to Mars. Look at us as toilet roll. We've never looked better.
That has made my day. Here goes. There's both of us. Squeeze in, Mads.
Uncanny
resemblance.
Yeah. This is fantastic. Anna and Adam are pretending to be asleep on the ISS. They hung up their sleeping bags in a trampoline.
That's so good, because yesterday we showed a photo, didn't we, of someone who was in their sleeping bag against the wall on the ISS. So that is so accurate.
So creative.
Love that.
So creative.
So this is Pippa. Pippa made astro pudding using cocoa powder, a bit of icing sugar, and some strawberry angel delight.
Ooh, yum.
She said it was delicious, and she said she was going to bring it on today's Mars mission.
Oh, Rian and Skylar, they've been having lots of fun as astronauts. They even made them a jetpack out of recycled bottles.
That is really good. Jessica and Eve made their own Leica space dogs, and
Nice.
so did Florence. Here is space dog And a little Blue Peter badge there. Nice.
Ooh,
good,
nice.
Good work.
And then finally, here we have Seth with his koala called Keith going on an adventure in the garden. And Neve with her koala, Space Ted. They're watching all the way from Adelaide in Australia. Thank you so much.
Hello, Australia.
And I just thought I'd get my own Space Ted, Astro Ted, I should say, really.
Astro
Back
Ted.
out just to say goodbye to you all today as well.
It's so awesome. And do keep those photos coming. This is the email address if you want to get in touch, just on top of curiosity there. Hello, let's go live at gmail.com.
We would like to say a couple of thank yous this week.
Yes. Go on, you start.
Yeah, okay.
I'll start.
Oh, all right.
Jackie, Amanda and Claire at the Ogden Trust, thank you very much for your help with ideas this week.
And big thank you to Becca, Alfie and the National Space Centre for conversations that inspired a lot of our activities.
Also, thank you to all of our new patrons. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thanks to you, the show can continue. So we appreciate you so much.
Is it time to reveal what next week's theme is?
Yep, I'm getting ready for a drum roll. Ready?
All right, hang on. The drum roll is coming.
Oh.
Next week's theme is... Dinosaurs! Yes! If you like the sound of that theme, hit thumbs up. Hit thumbs up on the live chat if you're in that right now, and if you're watching back.
Give us a dinosaur roar.
It's gonna be rawsome.
He went there with the puns already. Wow. So Dinosaur Week is going to start on Tuesday because we're going to take the bank holiday off, have a bit of a break, but actually we're going to try and get a head start on some of next week's activities.
That would be fantastic.
Yeah.
Before we go, let's say some quick highs and byes to people
Sure.
in the chat. Pippa, hello there.
Hi, Pippa.
Someone saying they want to build a palace.
Oh, I think that was Lily saying that.
That's
Brilliant.
absolutely amazing. Dylan and Evan saying have a great Easter. Thank you so much. You too.
Oh, there are so many of you in the live chat trying to keep up with it.
Kamal, I think that was in
Olivia
Liverpool.
there. Kamal, yeah, I can
It's
see that
going
one.
crazy. It's going crazy. Oh, well, thank you so much to everyone who's watched. I hope you've enjoyed Mission Space this week. If you didn't watch any of our previous shows, if you've missed them, you've got 5 shows of Garden Week. You've got 5 shows of Brilliant Bodies, and now you've got the whole of Mission Space as well.
Make sure you subscribe, click the bell for notifications for when we go live. And as always, stay curious. We will see you Tuesday at 11 a.m.
Have a great weekend. Bye.
Bye.